Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Judy here. I'm currently a first-year medical student studying in Turkey, and today I want to share something many of you have been asking about. How I managed to become fluent in English completely on my own, without sitting down to formally study it in the traditional way. In this video, I'll walk you through my background with English, explain the exact method I followed, and then honestly talk about the advantages and disadvantages of this approach. I'll also leave timestamps in the description box so you can jump directly to the section that interests you the most. Alright, let's begin. First, let me give you some context about my English background. I attended a regular private school in Turkey up until high school. I never went to an international English-speaking school. English was my main foreign language during elementary and middle school. However, when I started high school, German became my primary foreign language instead. During elementary and middle school, my English level was quite basic. According to the CEFR scale, I was around A2 level. I even received an A2 certificate when I was younger. At least I think I did, I honestly don't remember clearly. I never tried to get a B1 certificate because at that time, I didn't feel like I needed it. With my A2 level, I could understand simple daily conversations. I could introduce myself, talk about basic topics, and have short, simple conversations. But whenever someone spoke very fast, I would immediately get lost. Fast speech was my biggest struggle. In high school, I studied at a German-Turkish international school in Istanbul. Our German program was extremely intense. In the preparatory year, we had around 40 German lessons per week, while English was reduced to only 2 to 4 lessons weekly. Naturally, my full focus shifted to German. English became secondary, and honestly, I didn't pay much attention in English class. I even slept through some lessons. Sorry to my English teacher. German and English share similarities, but they are also very different. What started happening was that the two languages began mixing in my head. During German class, English words would pop up. During English class, German words would come out. It became confusing. So I made a decision. I would fully focus on German first and improve it properly. I told myself I could return to English later. My German improved significantly. But unfortunately, my English slowly became weaker. I knew I had to do something, but I didn't know where to start. It had been a long time since I had actively worked on my English, and in my school environment, no one really cared much about it because everyone was focused on German. At that time, I was spending a lot of time on YouTube. One day, the algorithm recommended a video from James Charles. If you know him, you know he speaks incredibly fast. It was also the first time I had seen a guy doing makeup on YouTube, and I found it fascinating. I really wanted to understand what he was saying, but I couldn't. Still, I kept watching. And that's when I decided, I want to improve my English so I can understand him. It sounds funny now, but that was my motivation. Now, before I explain my method, let me give 2 quick disclaimers. First, this is purely my personal experience. These are not scientifically proven techniques, at least not in this video. If you're interested in research-based, evidence-backed language learning strategies, I'll be sharing those in future videos. Second, if you are below A2 level, this method might not work for you yet. I truly believe having basic knowledge helped me a lot. So if you're a complete beginner, I recommend reaching at least a 2 first. Now, let's talk about the method itself. Step 1. Choose what you want to watch. It can be a Netflix series, YouTube videos, TV shows, anything. The only rule is that it must be in English. You don't have to watch the same thing every day. You can switch between platforms. But consistency is key. Step 2. Watch at normal speed with subtitles on. Turn on English subtitles and focus carefully. Remember, you're not watching just for entertainment. You're watching to learn. Try to understand what they're saying. Watch at least 1 hour every day. Personally, I watched 3 to 4 hours daily. Beyond that, I started consuming everything in English. I changed my phone language to English. I read news in English. I listened to English songs and sang along. I tried to understand the lyrics. I basically made English part of my daily life. When I reached the point where I could understand videos without subtitles, I moved to the next stage. Step 3. Remove the subtitles. Now you watch at least 1 hour daily without subtitles. Choose content you genuinely enjoy. After finishing an episode or video, explain it to yourself in English, using your own words. Don't translate from your native language. Just speak. At first, it feels awkward. You might feel silly talking to yourself. But it works. I talk to myself in English while showering, doing makeup, skincare, all the time. Whenever I had a thought, I tried to express it in English in my mind. It may sound strange, but it helped me build confidence and fluency. Step 4. Start reading in English. If you don't like reading, try to change that, because reading is powerful. But if books feel overwhelming, start with news articles or short online content. After reading something, summarize it in English in your own words. It doesn't need to sound perfect. Just practice expressing yourself. Meanwhile, continue watching English content daily. Once you're comfortable understanding without subtitles and reading basic material, move to the next level. Increase video speed to 1.25x or 1.5x. This trains your listening skills. Personally, I now watch videos at double speed in multiple languages and understand them easily. The final and most important step: continue this routine for at least 1 year. Read daily. Watch daily. Listen daily. And every single time, explain what you consumed in your own words. Never rely on translators. The goal is to build an English brain, to think directly in English instead of translating. For me, it took about a year to become fluent. At first, I could only discuss simple topics. But gradually, I improved. I'm not a native speaker, but I feel confident communicating complex ideas now. Of course, language courses can speed up the process. But I wanted to do it independently and without spending money. Now let's talk about the pros and cons. Pros. First, it's fun. If you choose content you love, learning becomes enjoyable. I watched creators like James Charles, Jeffree Star, Nikki Tutorials, and Patrick Star. They spoke fast, and understanding them over time felt rewarding. Second, it's free. If you have internet access and a phone, you already have everything you need. Third, you develop natural fluency. I'm living proof that you don't necessarily need formal classes to speak confidently. Now, the cons. First, grammar. Since I didn't formally study grammar, mine isn't perfect. If strong grammar matters to you, you should study it separately. Second, this method isn't suitable for complete beginners. You need basic foundational knowledge first. Because the moment you take ownership, you take power. Victims wait. Winners act. Victims blame. Winners adjust. Victims complain. Winners build. Decide who you are. You do not need to be perfect to win. You need to be persistent. Consistency beats intensity. Working out once a week for 5 hours will not transform your body. Working out 30 minutes every day will. Studying for 10 hours one day and then quitting for a week will not make you smarter. Studying 1 focused hour every day will. Building a business with excitement for 1 month and then giving up will not create wealth. Showing up every day, improving slowly, learning constantly, that will. Stop looking for shortcuts. Shortcuts cut your growth short. The long road builds character. The long road builds skill. The long road builds strength. And strength is what keeps success. If you somehow got everything you wanted tomorrow without effort, you would lose it just as quickly, because you would not have built the mindset required to maintain it. So embrace the process. Fall in love with the grind. Fall in love with becoming better than you were yesterday. Not better than someone else. Better than your past self. Compete with who you were. Every day ask yourself, did I improve? Even 1%. 1% better each day for a year creates transformation beyond imagination. You are capable of more than you think. But you will never discover your true capacity if you stay comfortable. Comfort is dangerous. Comfort whispers, you deserve a break. Comfort whispers, it's okay, do it tomorrow. Comfort whispers, This is enough. And while comfort feels safe, it slowly steals your potential. Growth lives outside comfort. That uncomfortable workout. That difficult skill. That scary phone call. That risky idea. That honest conversation. That extra hour of practice. That is where your future lives. Do not wait for confidence before you act. Confidence comes from action. The first time you try something, you will feel awkward. The second time, slightly better. The 10th time, competent. The 100th time, confident. Skill builds belief. So act. Even if your voice shakes. Even if your hands tremble. Even if your plan is not perfect. Perfection is procrastination in disguise. Action creates clarity. If you want to start winning today, here is what you must do. First, take full responsibility. No excuses. No blame. Own everything. Your results are yours. Second, create a clear target. Vague goals create vague effort. Be specific. Know exactly what you are chasing. Third, build daily habits that align with that target. Not once a week. Daily. Fourth, eliminate distractions. If something does not move you closer to your goal, question why it is in your life. Fifth, protect your mindset. Stop consuming negativity. Stop listening to people who doubt you. Stop feeding your fears. And finally, commit for the long term. Not 30 days. Not 90 days. As long as it takes. There will be times when you want to quit. In those moments, remember why you started. Remember the pain of staying the same. Remember the frustration. Remember the feeling of being stuck. Remember the nights you promised yourself you would change. Do not betray that version of you. The person you want to become is watching you right now. Every action you take is either moving you closer to that future self or further away. Choose wisely. You have one life. One body. One mind. One chance at this exact moment in history. Do not waste it waiting for rescue. Be your own hero. Heroes are not fearless. They are just people who act despite fear. Stand up. Take control. Build discipline. Create structure. Move your body. Feed your mind. Sharpen your skills. Take risks. Fail forward. Adjust. Persist. And do it again tomorrow. Winning is not an event. It is a lifestyle. It is choosing growth over comfort every single day. It is waking up with purpose. It is going to bed knowing you gave your best. No one is coming to save you. But that is your advantage. Because when you finally succeed, when you build that body, that career, that business, that confidence, you will know something powerful. You did it. Not because it was easy. Not because someone handed it to you. Not because luck chose you. But because you chose yourself. Start today. Not next Monday. Not next month. Not next year. Today. Take one step. Then another. Then another. Keep going when it is boring. Keep going when it is hard. Keep going when no one is watching. Keep going when nobody claps. One day they will see the results. But by then, you will not need their applause. Because you will have something far greater. Self-respect. And self-respect is the foundation of true success. So remember this whenever you feel like waiting for help. No one is coming. And that is exactly why you must rise. Start winning today.